Hey guys, Juicy here with King Season 2 changes. So let's get straight into it with the new moves. His first new move is 3-2-2, or you can also charge up the last hit by holding it down. Yeah, it's minus 13 on block, and the charged version is plus 9 on block. And he transitions into Jaguar Sprint. If you press back, he doesn't do that. And that also brings us to the changes which are listed here as a new move, but it's more like Jaguar Sprint has new properties. What happens is that if he's walked like for a second or slightly more, he charges up, he has this red aura around him, and then all the moves which come out of Jaguar Step do more damage. Who would have thought? And to put more emphasis on the Jaguar Sprint, which we'll be seeing here often, is While Rising 2-2, which is a very good Punisher. The thing now is that on successfully hitting, it transitions into Jaguar Sprint, so after punishing opponent, you actually get a mix-up after that. It's kind of crazy. And then we go to his Heat Burst. What they've done here is that when you activate it, they've kind of buffed the hitbox. They've increased it, and it seems like with certain aerial combos this would whiff, so that's why they buffed it. And what they've also now done is, who would have thought, yes, while you're in Jaguar Sprint you can now activate Heat Burst as well. And that brings us to the next Heat related thing, which is his Heat Smash. Hey, always thought it was cool to just activate it quickly. Well, guess what, now you can also do it during Jaguar Sprint. Hey, who would have guessed? So let's start off with some input command changes, and yeah, of course let's lead the charge with Jaguar Sprint 1+2. This move before used to be inputted by during Jaguar Sprint 2+3, so it's been simplified. Of course, due to this change, some command inputs had to be adjusted and partially also simplified. So we have during Jaguar Sprint 1+2, which used to of course be inputted by 2+3, which is now the Heat Smash during Jaguar Sprint, so that's why the input has been changed. And these other two throws have been simplified as well. Version you're seeing, which is the 1+2, it earlier needed to be inputted as 1+4, and the other throw you're seeing here, the one which is a 2+4 input, back in Season 1 had to be inputted as a 2+3 input, so it's been changed overall. So of course this also reflects with the changes to the throws in Jaguar Step. Now in Jaguar Step you can just input 1+2 or 3+4 to get the throws, of course, which back in Season 1 you'd have to either put input 1+4 or 2+3. So of course it's the same throw which comes out at the end, but yeah, simplification overall. Now we have buffs to throws in Heat, and that being Giant Swing, of course, the other move with the same input which ends with a 2 instead of a 1, and Shining Wizard. And what they've done with all of these is that in Heat these have homing properties, meaning they track to both sides. Giant Swing actually also received a slight nerf in that when the opponent doesn't successfully tech the throw, means that after King has thrown them, at the moment when they impact with the ground, they don't do the tech roll. They don't take 65 damage anymore, now they take 50, and I guess for beginners that's a welcome change, especially when you're suffering to deal with King. Another nerf comes to King's down back 2+3. What they've nerfed here is that they've removed the ability to transition into reverse figure 4 leg lock, so that's another change roll option when the opponent inputs 3+4 at the right time during a throw. That's overall a nerf, just means he doesn't have any more options after they successfully input the 3+4. And next change pertains to during Jaguar Step 3. What they've done is that they've buffed this now. This now has a tailspin property, so that means there are going to be more combo routes now for King to utilize with this. Some more consistency fixes. 1+2, 1 got a slight tracking buff to the second hit. Seems like sometimes this would just whiff for no reason. This should be fixed now. And forward 2, so not the extensions, just forward 2, seems to have also gotten a hitbox buff. It's been expanded, and this is most likely also for consistency fixes. So whilst in heat and during Jaguar sprints, the 2 option, they've changed the behavior on hits on the opponent. Forgive me here, I don't really remember what it was, but you can see it here. And they've also changed it outside of heat, especially in the sense of juggle combos. So just like with the other move mentioned before, this now also has a tailspin property associated with it, and that means of course there are more combo routes opened for King now. And the other thing is that this is a move that does chip damage on block, and they've reduced the chip damage from 7 to 4, which I think is very good. Now here's a change I didn't expect to see, and that is alley kicks being nerfed. So what they've done is that on block, first of all, they've kind of buffed it. So it used to be minus 29, but it's now minus 25. I don't think it's really a buff, more like they want the matches to flow slightly faster if it's not punished. On hit, they've also changed the frame advantage. So with the low end, it used to be +7, now it's -9. It's still safe, but that is a massive nerf. And what they've also done is that it's no longer a natural combo. So that means if you use the extension into the mid, which used to be a launcher, yes, you heard that right, used to be, it's not a natural combo, and of course that means the mid now doesn't launch anymore, so we're not going to see people be spamming this move as much anymore. You're missing Jaguar sprints? Well, now we have the Muscle Buster 2 option, so down back 1+2 into 2. Now you can go into Jaguar sprint afterwards by inputting 3+4. On top of that, they've also kind of changed how this move behaves on frame data. Before it was +8 on hit, now it's +35. Yeah, you heard that right. And to kind of balance this out, they've increased the distance between you and the opponent to kind of give you a fighting chance, but don't forget, King now comes running at you with Jaguar sprint. Now we have throws again, so we have the back 1+2 or the double carousel version by inputting 1+2 again. First they had like a kind of fix regarding the animation, so the move was listed as being 12 frames. However, it made kind of contact at 14 frames, so they adjusted the animation, so this is just a fix. The other thing is that if you use this throw and the opponent is thrown into the wall, they're stunned for 6 frames longer than before, and this means they cannot block. That means, of course, King gets guaranteed follow-ups. And they also say that they applied, when it comes to this, a 70% damage scaling on combos when the opponent hits the wall. Let's see how that plays out. And of course the last change pertains to Jaguar Sprint, the one option, and that is King kind of knocks down the opponent differently. They're not knocked down per se, but they recover quicker now. So it's kind of a slight nerf to this. So that brings us to the end of King's Season 2 changes. As usual, let me know in the comment section which changes you liked, which ones you disliked, which ones you wanted to see. Personally, I'm happy about the alley kicks nerf. It's a massive nerf, and I believe it'll help beginners a lot in Tekken 8 dealing with King. But overall, I would have liked to see King nerfed instead of buffed, to be very honest. So that's the end of the video. You guys already know the drill. At least consider subscribing, but if you don't want to, at least leave a like or a dislike if you didn't like the video, to help with the algorithm and grow the channel. This is your boy Djibouti, and I'll see you on the next one.